for hours before she died of her injuries. Every driver who sees her describes the same thing: empty eyes, drifting steps, and that slow turn of her head as she looks right at you. The third story comes from a couple, Alex and Jenna, who were driving back from a weekend trip. They were on a 2-lane highway bordered by thick woods. It was past midnight when they noticed a black van following them for several miles. No headlights, no license plate, just a dark silhouette trailing them from a distance. At first, they thought maybe it was just coincidence, but when they took a random exit to a dirt road, the van followed. They tried speeding up, taking sharp turns, but it stayed behind, always at the same distance. Jenna started recording on her phone, her voice trembling as she whispered, "It's still there." Suddenly, the van's lights flicked on, bright high beams flooding their rearview mirror. Alex floored it, the car bouncing over bumps and cracks in the old road. The van sped up too. For a moment, it felt like a nightmare chase through endless darkness. Then, out of nowhere, the van swerved off the road and disappeared into the woods. They didn't stop to check. They drove straight to the nearest police station and showed the recording. The officer watched quietly, then rewound the footage to a specific frame and paused. There, in the reflection of the rear window, was a faint outline of someone sitting in the back seat of their car. But when they turned around that night, it was empty. The cop told them there had been reports of people going missing on that stretch of highway, often after being followed by a black van. No one knew who drove it or why it targeted certain cars, but one thing was certain: once it chose you, it never stopped following until it got what it wanted. And the last story, one I'll never forget, happened to a highway patrol officer. His name was Officer Riley, and he'd been on night duty for over a decade. He was the kind of man who laughed at ghost stories, someone who believed only in what he could see. But one night, while patrolling a foggy section of Route 94, he got a call about a stalled vehicle with no driver visible. When he arrived, he found a red pickup truck with its lights on, engine running, but the driver's door wide open. The radio inside was still playing faint country music. He called it in, approached carefully, and noticed blood on the steering wheel. Just a small smear, like someone had cut themselves. He followed a trail of footprints leading away from the truck into the fog. About 20 yards in, he found a cell phone on the ground, still recording. When he picked it up, the video on the screen showed the driver running down the highway, breathing hard, glancing back repeatedly. In the final frame, you could see headlights appearing behind him. Except they weren't normal headlights. They were higher, brighter, like something massive was approaching. Then static. The video